Brian, Madrona Financial is sort of like a big toolbox with a lot of tools in it, isn't it?
Yeah, in a way, the financial services and products that we offer, the analogy, the easy analogy is hiring a contractor to build your house. You sure aren't going to hire someone that only has a hammer or only has a saw or only has a drill. You want somebody with all the different tools. And the same can be said about financial planners. You're going to want somebody that has all the different tools of the toolbox. Unfortunately, in our industry, there's a lot of very important attributes to financial planning that most financial advisors cannot provide, either because they don't know the area or they're not licensed to provide it. So this topic, I wanted to talk about the 12 different areas, and this does overlay to this whole video series. The 12 areas are where we're kind of sorting out the different topics in this video series. So I want to talk about those 12 areas, what you can expect a typical financial advisor to provide, and what you might have to find external to that.
So let's start there, Brian. What would the typical financial advisor be able to provide versus what you're able to provide?
Yeah, a fully licensed advisor that is pretty active in the financial planning process will have 6 different things that they can provide. They can provide stock market investments. So that when we think of a financial advisor or a stockbroker, that's the basic first thing that we think about. So if you're going to somebody that, oh, well, I invest your stocks. Okay, what do you invest in? Mutual funds. We have a diversified portfolio of mutual funds. You might think to yourself, well, I could probably figure that out on, going online somewhere and getting a diversified group of mutual funds. And you don't do the other 11 things that I heard in this video are really important. Maybe I don't need this financial advisor, so if that's all they do. But that's one thing that most financial advisors, not all can do that. Some people are just insurance licensed, so they can offer annuities. Now, hopefully your advisor at least can do both, stock market and annuities, so we can, and now we got 2 of the areas. Life insurance would be a third one, because that can be a very valuable asset class, not just for the life insurance, but primarily for the tax-free nature of it. The 4th area is long-term care. Most people that can sell you an annuity can probably do long-term care also. The 5th area is in the analysis part, analyzing your Social Security or helping you with those decisions. And finally, some level of financial planning, some estimating of cash flow in retirement or something like that. Most advisors not all of them, but most advisors can provide those 6 areas.
So what are the additional tools that you have in the toolbox here at Madrona?
Yeah, well, one area, the next area is tax planning and tax projections. So I'm often asked questions like, well, should I do a Roth conversion? Well, I don't know until I have one of my CPAs do a tax projection. I need your last year's tax return. I need an estimate of this year. We'll figure out how to take advantage of the lowest marginal rates, and I'll tell you exactly how much we should convert. And so most people don't have a CPA firm at their disposal, nor can give income tax advice and income tax planning because they aren't CPAs. Most advisors cannot do that. The next one is real estate. Most financial advisors aren't going to talk to you about your real estate. They don't have a lot of experience in that area. We do, especially as it relates to 1031 exchanges and Delaware statutory trusts and that kind of thing. So we can guide our clients through all of their real estate decisions, whether it's active or passive, and REITs, and understanding the different REITs and how they work and advantages and disadvantages. These are other videos. All of these things I'm talking about are videos in this series. The next one is business succession. So if you own a business, you want to sell it, you're probably not going to go to Edward Jones or Merrill Lynch and ask them for their advice on what they should be looking out for. You might go to your CPA, who might know, some of those things, might not, but that's something we're well versed in. You might need a trustee or talk about having trusts, whether they're trusts during your lifetime, living trusts, revocable, irrevocable, that kind of thing, or trusts for legacy planning. That's something that you're probably not going to get from an Edward Jones rep. I hate to pick on them, but just saying that that's not their expertise. The next area is estate and legacy planning. You might have an estate planning attorney, you might not, but wouldn't it be nice if they were coordinated with your financial planner so we can get the right stuff there? And even estate planning attorneys, they may know that area, but they don't know product. So you kind of got to bring in the life insurance licensed person with your financial advisor to talk to your estate planning attorney. I don't think this really, and your CPA, I don't think this ever really happens. And then finally, charitable gifting strategies. Becoming an expert in those areas is the final of the 12 categories. But these 6 I just talked about, most financial advisors are probably not going to be that interested in getting a deep dive into with you.
When you set aside the Merrill Lynch's, the Edward Joneses, those financial advisory firms that you may see in strip malls, is it still uncommon to find a firm that does as much as Madrona does?
Yes, absolutely. I'm a national coach to about 100 other advisors, and I travel the country. I talk to lots of advisors at different events and so forth. Honestly, I haven't found a firm that does all 12 at a high level. I just haven't found it yet. So that kind of was the impetus behind this whole video series in the first place. Was this information isn't out there, and people don't always know that it should be connected with each other. So I wanted to put all these different areas together so people could learn about them and understand what could be out there for them, so they can help. Once you know what's out there, and if that's what you want, maybe it will help you go find it.
Brian, thanks for telling us about the tools that you have in the big toolbox here at Madrona Financial.
You got it.